Hey friends, Shay here. So today I am here with a collab video for you. In this video, I'm collaborating with Izzy over at Happy For Now and Tamika from Tamika's Library. Today we are going to be talking about if you like this, try this manga. I'm going to talk in very general terms with these recommendations. So I've just kind of chosen 5 different categories, and that's how I'm going to do my recommendations. I've done some specific if you like this book, try this manga stuff in the past. So I thought I would leave this one a little more open-ended for you guys. And also, Izzy and Tamika are both linked down below. If you're interested in their channels, definitely give them a follow. And let's dive in. So the first topic I have here is if you like vampires. So the 2 that I'm going to recommend to you are the first one being Rosenblood. This is a gothic style vampire story in which we have a woman who ends up in a mansion with 4 vampires that are male and the secrets behind how they are fed. That's all I'm going to say for now. Yes, I'm leaving a little cryptic and a little open-ended just because I think you'll enjoy it more if I don't. I actually have another vampire story I'm going to throw in here, and that is Vampire Dormitory. Vampire Dormitory is all about a girl who is dressed as a boy who ends up being fed on by a vampire because the vampire didn't like the idea of feeding from a woman, and she is now his thrall. He is unaware that she is female, but they're basically like fated mates. It's really kind of cute. I'm not going to say too much more than that, but this is really fun. He's a total geek, nerd, otaku, whatever you want to call him, and he's a really fun character as well. So I definitely enjoy the series, would definitely recommend it. And then the last vampire story I'm going to recommend is Vampire Blood Drive. This is an independently published manga. It's not done by a traditional publisher at all. I will leave the website linked down below so that you can order your own copy. But in this one, we have Bunny. Bunny is a curvy Betty Boop style pinup girl, and Velvet is her butch vampire girlfriend. And that's all I'm going to tell you. The rest you should just jump in and experience. And I had a great time with it. Would definitely recommend. The next category that I have is going to be if you like sports, try these. So obviously one of my favorite sports mangas of all time is Haikyuu. Haikyuu is about a specific high school volleyball team for the year and what happens to them in their future. This is one of my favorite series of all time. I've been low-key hosting a read-along all year. We've been really bad at keeping up with it. Sorry, y'all. But we primarily follow Shoyo Hinata, who is a bright sunshine, and Tobio Kageyama, who is the grump to his sunshine. They have a very interesting dynamic throughout the series, and it is 45 volumes long. I love this series with my whole heart and soul. It is all available on the Shonen Jump app if you don't have the money financially to pick this one up. Shonen Jump is a $2 a month app where you can read the chapters, and you can read up to 100 chapters a day. It's an amazing deal, so definitely check that out there. The next on the list for sports is Night of the Ice. This is a figure skating manga in which a male figure skater has his best friend from his childhood recite the spell from his favorite magical girl anime before he goes on to the ice, and about how they grow and develop together throughout this time. It's about to finish. It will be 12 volumes long. There's currently 10 out. 11 should be out any day. And it's absolutely adorable. I love them. It is such a soft, cute, sweet series. Very excited. And then the next one I have here is Run on Your New Legs. This centered around the sport of soccer, and we're dealing with an amputee after he thinks his soccer career is over, but then he discovers athletic prosthetics and the changes there. There are some triggers for this one. It is linked in my Goodreads, so definitely check that out if you need to be aware of some of those triggers. But in general, I'm going to say one for depression, because depression is a big part of this story. And that is it for my sports category for this video. Let's move on to fantasy romances. So I have 2 that I'm going to mention here. So the first one is my all-time favorite series, and that is Sacrificial Princess and the King of Beasts. Our main character goes from being a sacrifice to the King of Beasts to being his bride by the end of the series. The arc and the story of this is absolutely fantastic. Yes, it is politically driven. Yes, it is everything you want and more, and I can't get enough. I have a whole video where I gush about it, so I'll leave that linked in the corner. And then the other one I'm going to mention for this one is The Savior's Book Cafe in Another World. This is an isekai story in which a woman is asked to go live in a fantastical world where she would have magic and be classified as the savior. She's basically being sent to clean up the mess of another savior, and he says that he can grant a wish before she goes. And so basically she ends up having all of the knowledge she needs to survive and do magic well in this world, and about how the beautiful man on this cover ends up coming into her life and into the cafe, and how all of that plays out. There are currently 3 volumes out in English. I have not read the 3rd yet, but looking forward to it and very excited. That's it for that category. The next category is if you like cats. Because you all know I had to do a cat rec thing. If you want a dedicated video to all of the cat manga I love, let me know down below. But I'm going to talk about 3 series here today. So the first one is Creepy Cat by Cotton Valent, I believe is their name. But essentially this is like a goth girl with a ghost, like creepy demon cat. It's the best thing ever. I laughed so hard. This is 4-koma, so 4-koma is not your favorite format. Just be prepared before you go into this one. And I had a great time. Like, the goth girl Wednesday Addams vibes are real with this one, and I absolutely adore it. Definitely recommend. The next one here is I Am a Cat Barista. I Am a Cat Barista is definitely one of the best cat manga I've read. If you like things like The Cat Returns or what's it called? Whispers of the Heart that are Ghibli films, you'll definitely get some of those vibes from this one, because the cat who owns the barista, like owns the bar and the cafe that people come into, has those healing vibes and puts all of his energy and love into each thing he crafts. And it's amazing, and I love it. And then the last cat manga I'm going to rec for this video is Cat Massage Therapy, because 1, these volumes have raised toe beans. You need to at least touch the volumes because they're fantastic. And secondly, this is just about an overworked office and how they found this cat massage parlor, and these cats just massage them and relax them and give them everything they need, even if it's just laying on them and purring, because that's what that person needs. There are assistants that are little kittens, and then we have an assistant manager, and in the second volume we get another character who's an aromatherapy cat. Like, it's brilliant. It's so clever. I love it so much. Would definitely recommend. So the last category that I have here is going to be LGBT plus manga. All of the ones that I have here are mostly in the plus category. I'm only going to mention 3. I've done various LGBT related specific rec videos, so feel free to find some of those if you want some more specific ones. But the first one I'm going to talk about here is I Want to Be a Wall. This features an asexual female who is married to a man who is attracted to his male best friend. And she ships the 2 guys together rather than shipping herself with her husband. They have a very beautiful, like, friendship, companionship style marriage. And it's just a look at how marriage can be different for different people. And it is beautiful. It is very well done, very well articulated, in my opinion. So this is definitely one that I think anybody who is interested in LGBT manga should try out. The next one here I have is X Gender. This is basically an autobiographical piece about a non-binary person and about how they have their struggles. And you meet many different queer people throughout the story, including a trans pansexual man, which is fantastic. Really enjoyed that character a lot. Being pansexual myself, that means a lot. And yes, so there's that. And then the last one I'm going to talk about here is Boys Run the Riot. Again, we are dealing with a transgender teen who isn't being accepted for who they really are, and they end up forming a fashion company to kind of quote-unquote stick it to the man and to be themselves. And how they choose to market themselves is very interesting, and it leads to a lot of really important discussions. I cried pretty much in every volume with this one. It's only 4 volumes long and complete, so you can check it out at any time. And I love it so much. All right, so those are my recs for this particular video. Let me know in the comments down below if you have other recs in any of these categories, because I would love for you guys to share them with everybody else. Thanks again to Izzy and Tamika for doing this collab with me. And if you're here just because you love me, leave me a volleyball emoji for Haikyuu, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Was it all just a dream, just all in my